So WB just released a costume test for the movie Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, and it's received mixed responses so far, some comparing it to the equivalent of its CW show, and others being really excited about it. Personally, I'm kind of in the middle of the road, but since I'm a very optimistic person as I want every movie to be good, I want to give 5 reasons why I have high hopes for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous okay, I think just Birds of Prey is fine. When the cast of Birds of Prey was announced, many people reacted negatively because none of the actresses were on anyone's fan cast list. Some would go as far as pointing fingers at Margot Robbie for not wanting competition, as the cast are mostly unknown actresses. But you know who else was unknown before joining the DCEU? Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, Zachary Levi, Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, and many more that I won't mention. The DCU has always had this tradition of going after unknown talents they know are good for a specific character, then pair those unknowns with known actors. Henry Cavill with Amy Adams, Gal Gadot with Chris Pine, Henry Cavill with Ben Affleck, and so on. Here, they are pairing very talented actresses with Margot Robbie and Ewan freaking McGregor.
Hello there.
And I'm very excited to see how they tackle those characters. Normally, anytime a DCEU movie is announced, the first thing I do is find out who is writing it and what are their previous work. In Birds of Prey's case, it's Christina Hodson, who also wrote Bumblebee, the only Transformers movie I genuinely love. Sure, she also has written movies like Shut In or Unforgettable, so it could completely go wrong with this one as well. But Warner Brothers so far are confident about her. They were so satisfied with her Birds of Prey script, they gave her Batgirl to write as well, after Joss Whedon was fired. Which also means she has probably planted seeds for a future Batgirl project, which brings me to another thing that gets me excited about Birds of Prey. Look, I don't go to movies for Easter eggs, but in this case it's very different. I'm expecting Birds of Prey to launch a female-driven franchise within the DCEU, or at least try. So a Batgirl Easter egg is what I expect. But after seeing Harley Quinn wearing a necklace with the name Bruce on it, I'm even more convinced this movie will expand the universe even more than Shazam is already doing. We all know the DCEU as we know it is dead. They are relying now more on solo movies and creating franchises within the franchise. Aquaman has just become a franchise, Wonder Woman is already a franchise at this point, and add Birds of Prey to that, it's pretty cool and I like this new approach. It makes them different to Marvel and hopefully will bring something fresh to the genre. Which brings me to something else that excites me about this movie. The DCEU has had a rough start, but they seem to have learned from their mistakes. Now the franchise seems to be way more director driven than the MCU. Every movie brings its own different flavor. Can you believe Aquaman, a fantasy action adventure, is in the same universe with a street level low budget action movie that is this Birds of Prey movie? They also look vastly different as Cathy Yan has been allowed to bring her own vision to the character of Harley Quinn. And now I'm excited to see all these movies, from Shazam to Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 1984. It will also help judge each movie differently instead of judging every installment as a sequel to the previous movie. Imagine if Green Lantern came to ruin the Dark Knight Rises momentum like Justice League did for Wonder Woman. With this approach, we can judge DC movies separately again and be excited about every single one of them for different reasons. I know a lot of people have problems with the character of Harley Quinn, but personally I love her story, her evolution from being the abused Joker girlfriend to being her own person. Sure, she may have been overexposed just a little bit by DC Comics, but that's because people connect with her on a different level and DC wants to exploit that. The thing with Harley is that she never claimed to be a role model for little girls. She didn't need to sell female readers on girl power to gain a fandom, yet people from all gender connect with her despite her flaws. Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad gave an amazing performance despite how bad the movie was. And I think if this movie can develop her as a character, that would be pretty awesome. And since it's supposed to be her movie, I suspect she will have an arc that will push her character forward, and I cannot wait to see that. I'm a huge Margot Robbie fan and a big fan of Harley's, so I'm excited, and honestly, you should be excited too. Hey guys, are you excited for Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn? Let me know. I'm working on an anime character next, and that character is none other than Rock Lee from the Naruto series. If you're an anime fan or a Naruto fan, you might want to check out this channel next week. And if you're a fan of well-written characters, you should come check out my next video as well. Thank you as always for watching. If you like this, subscribe and like. And as for me, I'll see you around. Bye bye.